Hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to another Top 5. Yes, Merry Christmas to you all. You have me, GD, here, and I am joined by Shimmy this time. How are you, Shimmy?
I'm okay. I've just had a flush of deja vu.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I think it's just because I'm sat on my normal desk.
Yeah, sure.
Other than that, I'm okay. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, by the way, mate. First of all. First of all, it's been an eventful 2016. We've been doing a lot of the podcasts, mainly used to have been on it this year.
Yep.
To a point that you've actually hosted it while I was away, which I'm still very thankful for. So first of all, 2016, is there anything that really stood out for you this year itself? Gaming related, I'm just going to point out. Nothing?
Nothing really. I mean, I was gonna get. I was looking for the new Pokemon because I haven't bought a Pokemon game in.
Yeah.
Well, that sort of stood out as a thing to get to, and I was running and ahhing about getting it, and then eventually did get it. I bought it today actually. Yeah. But that was kind of me standout game, was getting back into that sort of thing. Other than that, I've been quite reserved in me spending of games. I haven't got much in the way of new games I've bought.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the Pokemon has been this whole year because of it being its 20th anniversary as well, which, and like I said, we've had Pokemon Sun and Moon, but we've also had Pokemon Go, which has been quite a phenomenon over the summer as well. But like I said, we'll talk a little bit more about that when it comes to the podcast, which will be coming out on the I think it's the 30th or the 28th. Either way, it's coming out at the end of the year. Which we'll be doing our usual look back at 2016. So, but we're here for your top 5, mate. So first of all, just to cover the rules, if people don't know, and this is their first one that they've seen, Rule 1 is simple enough. We cannot include games that have come out in December, and that includes Final Fantasy 15 because we started recording these in November. Rule 2 is that you can include any game that you've played for the first time this year. When it comes to remasters, as long as you've not played the original game before 2016, you can include those in. And rule 3 is that any episodic game that hasn't been completed or any game that's in early access, you are allowed to include. For example, like the Black Death and Batman the Telltale series. So now we've covered the rules. Shimmy, what is your first game in your top 5?
My first game is going to be Battlefield 1.
Right, so you're not the first person to actually include that. Matt's also included it in his top 5 as well. So what's attracted you to Battlefield 1 anyway?
Well, one of the things that attracted me was Matt playing it.
Yeah. Your little bromance is mate, I'm going to be honest. So other than Matt's sexual attraction, it was just the time it was set in, really. Yeah. And I just felt like it was something different against the grain, a good direction for Battlefield to go into, and it was just I just thought it was a refreshing change with all the modern fighters that have been going on. You see. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think with Battlefield, it was during that time. I think it's become the victor at the 3 major first-person shooters that came out at the end of the year. And I think, like you said, the main reason they won it was for the fact that it was something different in a way. That it wasn't the near future or the quite not that near future.
Yeah.
It was actually going back into the past to something that we already knew, and it did. I think it did teach a lot of people a little bit about World War One as well, didn't it? I mean, that's something good that you got from that as well. But it's like a lot of people that I know. We here in the UK, we're taught when it comes to the World War One, we're just taught about what we did. Battlefield 1 showed it was actual world war, and everything was happening. Yeah. But I understand where you come from. I've played Battlefield 1 as well. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Battlefield series, but I would say that I have actually enjoyed that game quite a bit as well. So,
yeah, it's a good game. I mean, I'm not necessarily. I mean, I'm not necessarily rating these games not just for me, but what I think they bring to the whole to other gamers as well. You know what I recommend as well, not just my enjoyment with them, but what I've played and then what I can recommend. So yeah, it's not my favourite game of all time, but it's definitely up there, and I think people should try it.
It's definitely one of those games that from this year that is probably going to
it stands out. Yeah, if you're going to get back into Battlefield as well, now's the time to jump back on it.
Yeah. So anyway, mate, let's move on to your next game. What is it?
Next game will be FIFA 17.
I'm surprised that's even actually come into someone's list.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. The couple of us crave the game and crave your game. We are football fans. By the way, it's football, not soccer. Just saying. But I understand where a lot of people kept on saying with FIFA games, it's the same thing every time. But why FIFA 17 first of all?
Number one.
Yep.
Because I just like what they did with the player. What the hell's it called now? The journey, yeah. I just like what they did with the journey there. They just to spice up the game a little bit, and I hope this is the start of some better things to come in a story-driven football where we can maybe create our own player and go through a journey of our own, and that could simulate our own little football careers. I know they've done it with build a pro and create a pro and stuff like that, and you can play a thing as a pro, but without that, with the cinematics and stuff, it just draws you deeper in there. So it's on my list just for the sheer, those extras that they put into this game. I mean, FIFA's always a good football game, but I just feel like this one is a turning point in the series, hopefully to lead it towards a more immersive experience.
The thing is, we know that FIFA do try and add new things every year. I think for 16 it was the fact that they added women's national teams in it. I think that was the big step from that, wasn't it? Mm. And I think this year, as they basically not just took a step, they basically leaped quite a distance by including something which you do not expect from a sports simulator game: a story.
No, that's it, a story. But I think when you play these games, everyone wants to be a football superstar and all this. In some way they've thought about it, so it's a nice way for maybe the journey, like I said, to go on, and maybe we could all be that little football superstar.
But yeah, I would like to see, like you said, I would love to see FIFA 18, 19, 20 probably go a little bit further with this journey. I think I've ended up playing through the whole of the journey, and if anything, it's left me wanting more of it.
Yeah.
Because if people don't know, the journey, you just play your rookie season, if anything, which is a bit of a, but still, it's still it's worth going to have a go of, if anything. If you enjoy football, you will enjoy. This will be probably one of the best FIFA games that we've had for quite a while. Not just for how the game plays, but for the fact that you have got that journey story in there as well. And if they continue going with it, it's worth probably picking up every year, just for that.
Just for that, yeah.
Yeah. So, Shimmy, what is your third game in your top 5?
Third game in my top 5 is going to be Pokemon Moon.
Now, yes, I agree with you here. Now, I put Pokemon Sun in my list. Yeah. And the reason is because I played Sun, and you've just, like you said, you've just started playing Pokemon Moon. But you could already see how good it is already.
I can see how good the game is, that's why it's in the top 5.
Yeah.
But because I've not completed the game yet and got into the full swing of it, only got it today, I do feel that there is a hell of a lot of talking and crap going on that I don't really care for. But I don't know if it's me getting older, and obviously the games can be more complicated now. But it is starting to feel like a Final Fantasy sort of game at the start.
So if you're thinking that, why is it in your top 5?
Because I love Pokemon, and I think it's great. The graphics are amazing. All the stuff you can do, you can bloody anywhere from battle your Pokemon to cuddle them and clean them all and stuff like that. I think it's very immersive. I was walking around on it, and then in the back of my mind, I was thinking about like Pokemon Red and Blue. The last Pokemon I actually bought, the last Pokemon I bought was Ruby, but the last Pokemon I played was Black and White, which I got free with me DS.
Yeah.
With me 3DS, sorry. So that was so to see the in those few years the game go on like that. I think it's a brilliant game.
Well, the thing is, that means if your last game that you actually played of Pokemon was Black and White, this is the first 3D one that you've actually played, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And I think they have, like you said, they have been trying to work a little bit with the story, which I completely understand why they keep on trying to do that. Now, from someone who's already completed I can't say main. I'm already champion, if anything, in it. And even after that, it still seems that there is a lot to the game. Is not just you've got to go and catch all, by the way, 800 Pokemon, which are in this game. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. Can you catch them all in the game?
No, unfortunately. There is some that is not available in the game. But this is something that I'm actually happy about, that they've included with Pokemon Sun and Moon. There is a QR reader, scanner type thing. Yeah. So there is certain Pokemon that you can't get in the game, but are is part of the Pokédex, and you can use this scanner to scan those Pokemon in. And I think sometimes that they do some kind of event that the Pokemon will be on one of the islands, and you can go and try and attempt to catch it. Yeah. It's like, for example, there's I forgot what its name is, Machinera or something like that. It's like a rabbit, a mechanized rabbit type of thing, which is one of the new mythicals for Pokemon Sun and Moon. Mm-hmm. And they're doing an event where you're using the QR reader to get this Pokemon into your game. Now, you have to be champion to go and catch this Pokemon. Well, it's not even catch, you get given this Pokemon.
Yeah.
And but like I said, they're using the QR reader, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do use that more for when they're doing more events anyway.
Yeah.
The only thing that I do find a little bit disheartening about it is that these QR codes, they're still region locked. Yeah. So, for example, if it comes out in Japan, you can't use the QR code with a European game, which just sucks. But still, it's something new and something innovative that they've included into this. Yeah. So, but yeah, I agree. Definitely with Pokemon, I think how much we've heard of Pokemon this past year for celebrating its 20th anniversary, and this is pretty much the end of their celebrations with this game that we know of.
Yeah.
I think they've done really, really well with it.
Yeah,
I think the Sun and Moon is a great example of 20 years of work.
Yep, I think so.
Yep. So anyway, mate, what is next on your list? I think we're on is it the fourth one now?
Fourth one, yeah.
Yes.
I'm probably going to. It's just putting them where in the list of where.
You do know it doesn't have to be in any order, right, mate?
Well, I'm putting these in order from 5 down.
Okay.
Just so you know.
So Pokemon's third.
Yeah, Pokemon's third.
Okay.
In second place, I'm gonna go for the remaster. Well, no, I can't. Well, the latest Call of Duty.
What, Infinite Warfare?
Infinite Warfare. Only because I can't choose the remaster. It's a remaster for the fact that I've already played it originally ages ago. But if I choose that COD, it's got the remaster bundle in with it.
Right, so a quick question. Have you played any of Infinite Warfare, mate?
I've played some Infinite Warfare and some of the remaster, yeah.
So what do you think of... Well, let's just stick with Infinite Warfare at the moment because of it being the newer of the games anyway. What do you think of Infinite Warfare itself? And be honest, I know that you put this in your top 5 for the fact of the remaster anyway. Which will allow it for the fact that it is bundled technically you can't really buy the game on its own.
I think, to be honest, I don't like the way Call of Duty goes, but I can still appreciate that it is a very, it's a good shooter, a good arcade shooter, as it always has been and as it always will be, and the gameplay flows. And my brother loves the Call of Duties, so not as much as my top game of the year, but the Call of Duty's there and the flow through, and it's got the zombies, this one, hasn't it, as well?
Well, I think there's been zombies for quite a while now. I think
zombies as well and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm coupled with the old remaster. I mean, I don't agree with coupling it with the remaster. I think you should buy them separately and stuff.
Which we don't know. They might give us that option next year, but at the moment, as of 2016, no, you've got to buy. It's not even the normal one. You've got to buy like a special edition, haven't you?
Yeah, special edition, yeah. And you know, if the thing is, I've slagged Call of Duty off for a while now, as a lot of us have, yeah. And because Call of Duty there, but if you take a step back, if you block it and say it's not a Call of Duty game, it's another. So you come up with a new title of a modern era shooter or something. You know, if it was relaunched with a new name, would it still get the bad press? And I've been thinking about this for a while, and probably not.
Personally, I would say no to one point, but at the same time, is this in the same era where we do still have Call of Duty around? If so, I think a lot of people just look at it and think it's a Call of Duty clone.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble. You say Call of Duty clone, but if they changed it if they changed the name from Call of Duty to bloody Space Wars or something, you know, I don't know. I'm not.
Frontier.
Space Wars: The Final Frontier. Then yeah, you know, or if Call of Duty never existed and then this game come out.
Yeah.
And I think it would be an amazing game, and everyone go. I think it's just the repetitiveness and boringness of the same sort of game that people buy in and out. And I've not bought. I bought Black Ops 3.
Yeah, which I would like to say that is actually a good game.
It's a good game. I don't like certain aspects of it, but it is a good game. Unfortunately, I got another game at the same time, like a month after I got that, and that's far superior.
Oh, well,
yeah. But I think Call of Duty is up there for it still being a good game that someone can pick up and play. It's easy. There's no learning curve. You can just run around and just noob tube everyone.
Yeah, fair enough. The thing is, I've got to agree with you. The thing is, as much as we do slag off Call of Duty, the thing is, it is still a good game. I think it's one of those things that they've had better games out. And I think it's just because it's got that, what's the word? It's because it's got the title of Call of Duty, we expect better from them. But at the same time, you got to think you can't really do too much better than what they've already done with it anyway.
Oh, and I think nostalgia makes those things seem better, yeah. But yeah, it's a good game.
So, mate, what is your number one game that you've played in 2016?
My number one game is Rainbow Six Siege.
I highly agree with you.
It is the best game. It's the best multiplayer game I have played since maybe Rainbow Six Vegas.
Yeah.
Which was an amazing multiplayer experience as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I do miss the old Rainbow Six where I could literally take a picture using my Xbox 360 camera at the time and put my face moulded over the character's face, and you had all the customization, customize the weapons and all that. I kind of miss that aspect of it, but I think this formula of you can pick your characters, same as Call of Duty does now. You pick those characters you can use with special abilities, but they're just rounded abilities, nothing stupid and fancy, and it's just in that little area. You've got all that sneakiness to do, and it's how tactical it is. And you can have fun with it, and at the same time, if you're really serious, you can have fun with it as well, playing really seriously with a good team, and go for it and have a lot of fun. So I think, yeah, it's not for beginners of first-person shooters, but I'm not, and I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun on a couple of CTG nights we've had, and we've had, you know, when you set me on fire once with Capital, shot me in the arse.
Still using that character? No one's taking the goddamn crossbow.
And you know, I thought, I was about to kill someone, and I was pissed off for like 1 second, and then I realised you shot me, and then it was funny, and none of us really know what the hell we were doing. We were running around and doing daft stuff, and it's just funny. Everyone panics because once you're dead, you're dead. Of Call of Duty and Battlefield, once you die, you respawn. No one cares about dying. But in Rainbow Six, you're screaming in fear. Oh shit, I'm being chased. Oh god, he's going to shoot me. And you're hiding. You're cowering behind walls and pieces of furniture, hoping not to die.
It's not just... Yeah, you know, it's not just that. I think with Siege as well, which I think both me and Matt has had this problem where 2 Tom Clancy games could be quite well this year done between Siege and The Division.
Yeah.
And okay, I put The Division on my list, but I know Matt put Siege on his for the fact that he's played that a lot more. With me, Division is what I've played a lot more this year. But I highly agree. The thing is, I've had a ton of fun with Siege this year, to a point that I'm definitely going to be getting Year 2 Season Pass because of this. What about you? Are you planning to get Season 2 Pass?
I probably will do. I mean, I use the benefits of the Season 1 Pass by having the Xbox One family share ability.
Yeah.
With my brother, who's now taking it off me and give it to one of his friends who lives miles away. I've never seen him before, so but that's by the by. Can't help that.
Yep.
So now I probably will, just to indulge in those extra characters and weapons and playstyles and stuff. But yet again, even if you don't, you can still go into these other matches. You can still have fun. You can still play against these other characters. I remember DLCs of old where if you didn't have those DLC, the other characters would be in black, or the cars will be in black, so you couldn't even see them. They're like the DLC, but you know, you can still enjoy those characters, have them on your team, and see what they're like before you purchase the season pass. But it's a good game, and I think it's gonna, you know, they're not banging out Rainbow Six Siege games every year, so
well,
it's got some longevity.
That's the thing as well. The thing is, you talk about the operators. It's not like you technically need the season pass. So this is what I like about this game as well, is that you can either buy the DLC characters, which so far we've had 8 characters, haven't we?
Yeah.
New characters. You can either buy them with real money, by the season pass, or buying them separately.
Yeah.
Or you can actually earn it through the game by using in-game currency to buy the characters. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg through that.
Yeah, but it is possible.
It's possible. And we're planning to do it again. And the good thing about it is that even when these new operators, even the operators that came out for year 1, they didn't block you from using the new maps. The new maps you could still play. The thing is, it's like I've had a game night a couple of weeks ago with, I think it was Kev, Kgal and Doc with me. Yeah. And both Doc and Kgal, they don't have any of the Season 1 stuff. But we were still playing on things like the newest one, Skyscraper, with the Red Crow DLC.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see. That's what you expect from these kind of games, and I'm hoping to see more games follow that suit as well.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want one person out of your 6 friends not having the DLC, so he can't join you in the party.
Yeah,
play those and things.
Yeah, especially a game like Siege, where its main focus is multiplayer anyway.
Yeah.
I think there's only the operations that you can do single player, isn't there? The rest of it's a multiplayer game, no matter what, by the looks of things.
Yeah.
There is no story.
No story whatsoever, no.
But that's how you should do it. I'm looking at you, Titanfall.
Yeah, definitely no story.
Yeah. So, before we say goodbye, Shimmy, one more question that I've asked everyone else so far. 2017 is just around the corner, mate. What games are you looking forward to next year?
I don't even know what the hell. I'm looking. I'm not looking forward to anything. I'm enjoying what I've got, to be honest. I'm enjoying. Well, I don't know. I've just indulged in me. There is one I'm looking forward to, though.
What's that?
Can't remember what it is.
Heroes Zero Horizon? Why did I say that? Horizon Zero Dawn or something like that?
No.
No? What's it look like?
Don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's coming out next year.
But you're one of those kind of people, and I've known you now for a couple of years. You are one of those kind of people who, when a game comes out, you'll either pick it up or you won't pick it up. The thing is, you're not one of those kind of people who get on the hype train like most of us do.
Yeah. Well, one game I'm looking forward to is the new Red Dead.
That's it, yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption. Let's get that out, let's see, and hopefully that'll be top list for next year. Well, unless it comes out in December, then it won't be allowed to.
Exactly. Or if it does come out in 2017. It says it, doesn't mean it's going to happen. Just saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, Shimmy, thank you for joining me for your top 5, mate.
Okay.
As always, you can go and view other top 5s that we've done so far this year. So far, we've had me, Ryan, Doc, Matt, and Tatastic who have done their top 5s. And who will be next? I have no idea. Do you have any idea, Shimmy?
Shia LaBeouf, I think, is going to do his next. Yeah.
No, it's not going to be Shia goddamn Booth.
Is it going to be? Is it going to be Bruce Willis?
Sure, it's going to be Bruce Willis.
Let's get on to Bruce Willis's agent and let's see if he wants to do a top 5 for Christmas.
Does he know anything about games?
No, well, Die Hard was a game.
Does that count?
Well, it was a trilogy, so there's 3 in his top 5 list.
Did he play it first time this year, though?
We'll make him play it for the first time this year.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us, and as always, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, guys.
Merry Christmas.
See ya. Bye.